Second question, what would you specifically suggest to improve the unemployment rate and to create new jobs? We'll start with Jack.
Good question. Right off the bat, energy. We lack energy, and we have the most abundant energy in the world today. The first thing I would do in Congress the very first day is submit a bill to allow us to drill for oil, both offshore and in the continental United States. That will create jobs. It has been estimated that for every green job, we lose 2 regular jobs. We have to build more refineries. We must build more nuclear reactors. We have to drill for oil everywhere. And in addition, we have shale oil. Gas is abundant. We have enough coal for 100 years of use. That is the problem. We can't do it, and Congress refuses to allow us. So the very first thing I would do is to submit a bill, something which Ackerman has never done and will never do.
In the last 100 years, any time we were hit with a deep recession, there's always been met with tax cuts, steep tax cuts, corporate tax cuts, personal tax cuts. Our corporate tax rate is the second highest in the world. Why not emulate some other nations that have pulled our jobs overseas and pulled our greenbacks overseas? Ireland has done a great job, 11%. Sweden, Norway have a very low corporate tax rate. They create jobs. Job creation is a function of individuals, everyone out there, small business owners, people that want to be small business owners, they create jobs. As far as renewable energy is concerned, there's nothing wrong with nuclear power. It's safe, it's effective, and drill for oil, drill for gas. We have gas even under Manhattan, which we're not allowed to touch because Bloomberg said it's a threat to the people. Let people have cheap energy. Energy is something that cannot be recycled or generated. We need it, and it'll keep prices down.
Folks, working in the manufacturing sector, I could see that all the manufacturing sector in our country is really dying. The jobs are going overseas, not because of free trade, but because there's no leadership. We have a government that's broken, that is stopping the people from using their entrepreneurial skills and creative energies. We had a contract, we've been on a government contract, and a company in Italy got the contract even though we came out low and we have a better reputation. Government is just, is just totally broken, and it's got to get out of our lives and let people work.
What would you specifically suggest to improve the unemployment rate and to create new jobs?
Once again, Congress is not the solution. Congress is the problem. If you recall, when Bush was planning the first bailout, he said, we have to bail out the banks because it'll get them lending again to the small businessman. Then Obama comes in and he says, we have to bail out the banks. We'll get them lending again. I have a man over here who was just telling me nobody's lending. You know why nobody's lending? Because the Federal Reserve, which by the way is not federal, it's as federal as Federal Express, and it has no reserves. The Federal Reserve is telling the banks to keep all their money with the Fed, and the Fed is paying them interest so that they don't lend it out. This is the biggest Madoff scheme that has ever been perpetrated. As a matter of fact, the way America's run, Madoff should be made the president. And we might as well be honest and run it the right way.
I think my other candidates have made the exact same suggestions that I think we're all on the same page on this. The issues are taxation, and energy is a very important issue also. However, Obama's recent budget that was just revealed this week will add $39 billion more over the next 10 years of taxation on fossil fuels. So they're doing exactly the opposite of what they should be doing. What we need to do is change direction. It seems like this administration, helped by Ackerman, Pelosi, and company, is doing exactly what it shouldn't be doing. We have to reverse that. They're raising taxes, they're putting us into deeper and deeper into debt. 10% of the national budget goes just to debt service now. We have to reduce taxes, we have to reduce spending. We can't have a congressman who is one of the worst taxers and spenders in the country. Thank you.
Like Liz says, everybody's really on the same page as far as reducing, cutting the taxes, renewable energy. But there's one thing we got to do. We got to get people thinking that we are the country that has more entitlements than anybody. The average entitlement is $28,830.32. This is terrible. I mean, we pay people not to work. This country wasn't built on that. It is ridiculous. You know what? $28,000, I stay home. We got to stop this. We got to stop the spending. We got to stop these entitlements. We got to knock it off. We now have a program that Obama, no human being left behind. We are now paying, I don't know if you know about it, $250 to give prisoners a savings account. Not only do they get 3 hots in a cot and the best medical care you can think of, they get $250 in savings. Isn't that wonderful? Okay? Now this is an entitlement that is ridiculous. I want to know, who gives me $250? Nobody. All right? And all I got to say is, this has got to stop. And this is what you send me. I'll make sure ridiculous entitlement programs like this must stop. That's the big.
All right, once again.